Your objective is to retrieve and destroy the classified evidence. Your GPS will guide you to the exact location. Use your gas mask to avoid contact with the airborne virus. Extraction point will be at Louisville Central Hospital in 48 hours. Provide an update on-site ASAP. Understood?
Copy. What about the missing agents? Shouldn't I look for them?
Negative. This is not a rescue mission. Your orders are to secure the evidence. Do not compromise the operation. Is that clear?
Yes, Commander.
It was supposed to be a simple mission. Most of my equipment was lost. I needed to get in contact with headquarters. Communications were down. I wouldn't be able to make it on foot. A radio tower was nearby. It was worth a shot. Gas mask broke with the fall. I would have to keep my distance from the hordes. The bandana wouldn't protect me against groups of infected. The only gun I didn't lose in the crash. Stealth was of paramount importance in this mission. Never forgetting the basics of a CQC. Allowing rapid alternation between armed and hand-to-hand combat. Secure your hold, compromise your opponent's footing, and once they're off balance, finish them. First objective was to regain communications with headquarters. The radio tower wasn't far. Clock was ticking. Taking advantage of the cover provided by the trees, masking my steps beneath the sound of the rustling leaves. I had to be very careful of both their hearing and vision. Undead or not, the backstab worked wonders. The element of surprise. Even them knew how to use it. Yet, my blade found them first. Other times, subtlety was required, like a phantom, the way of the ghost, knowing when to pick your battles. However, at times, not losing your composure and keeping calm is key in a survival situation. inside. Time to fix this.
Commander, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What happened? We expected an update hours ago.
The weather was worse than expected. Barely made it out alive. My gas mask is gone, alongside my weapons.
Have you been exposed to the virus?
No, I followed the protocol. I made sure to avoid direct contact with the infected.
Understood. We will arrange an airdrop with the gear you need near your location. ETA is 0800 hours. Be ready and check your GPS.
Copy.
Don't fail us again.
The GPS battery was dead. Alone, on foot, with no gear. If I wanted to stay alive and have a chance of completing this mission, I needed a car. With it, I'd be able to charge the GPS and be ready to catch the airdrop on time. First, I had to get away from the forest and find a road. This meant more risk, less cover, becoming more vulnerable. I had to avoid the groups of infected, watch their patterns, their rhythm, and find a moment to sneak past unnoticed. Unfortunately, I underestimated their senses. They might have been slow, but their keen hearing was dangerous. I pressed on, blending in with the environment. Gas station. Found it. I had to search for the right cables, like a puzzle, carefully connecting the ignition wires, bringing the car to life. The gas tank was empty. I went inside the shop in search of a gas can, and then proceeded to fill it up using the pumps. The night was falling. It was harder to see. I got the car ready and went on my way. gas mask, first aid, ammo, and weapons. I set up the assault rifle with a recoil pad, a silencer, and a red dot scope. The sniper rifle with a magnified scope and silencer. I was ready to finish this. I was in shock. I found one of the missing agents. He was alive, breathing, without a gas mask, for weeks. Immune to the airborne strain. They left him, without a rescue. There was something that we weren't being told. We were being kept in the dark. We were missing the whole picture. I proceeded to call headquarters. That call changed me. I wasn't prepared to do what I was ordered. When everything you stood up for, everything you believed, completely shatters all at once. You feel dead. Good soldiers follow orders, but where does that take you? I was surrounded by hell on earth itself. With no answers and more questions than ever before. No purpose, no identity, and a burning sensation inside my chest. What was going on? How did this happen? I needed an answer to my questions. And that was inside this place. I was going to find out. Whatever the cost. More fallen agents. Their death won't be in vain. I'll finish this.
observed a striking evolution within the viral strain, surpassing our initial projections. The virus exhibited remarkable adaptability, acquiring heightened transmissibility and resistance to containment efforts through spontaneous genetic mutations. The bioweapon developed stands as a testament to the remarkable strides achieved by the scientific division. It represents the pinnacle of their collective expertise.
The trust I once held was shattered. I thought I knew my purpose, my path, but now it was all blurred, twisted. Power is an enigma. The more power someone has, the more afraid they are to lose it. And people with power were so afraid that they ended up creating their own demise. They conquer new frontiers. Yet they tear each other apart with insatiable thirst. They were not looking to protect the people. They didn't care about the possibilities of things going wrong. And in their search for a perfect weapon, they ended everything. Architects of their own destruction. How far did this go? How deep? I didn't even know who I was fighting for. Now, I found myself questioning my own values. What is it that I fight for? Hope? Justice? I was just following orders. That's what I used to say. But that day changed everything. In this sea of chaos, the common people are the ones who lose the most. Families. Who fights for them? The people who were supposed to protect them left them to their demise. No one was able to stand against infected. People looked to the military for salvation and were met with the opposite. Every person for themselves. How striking it was. Seeing the aftermath of society's downfall up close. At that moment, I asked myself, what does truly matter? What am I fighting for? The only answer I could give myself was truth. The truth needed to come out. And I had it in my own hands. People deserved to know. And for that, I needed to get out of there alive. The outbreak wasn't the same for everyone. Some people had already lost everything. Check this video where I try to survive as a prisoner in Project Zomboid. Thank you to everyone who joins as a member and donates to the channel. Hope to see you around.